Good morning, Santa Clarita. Welcome in. Welcome in. Patty, have we started the show yet?
Yes. Yeah,
Right,
we're already in it,
There
man.
we go. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson. Thank you for joining us this morning. You know our show, Eye on the Valley. It's brought to you by SCVi and I Lead Schools. We are a network of charter schools with campuses in Castaic, Agua Dulce, Lancaster. We've also got a fully accredited online school. That's actually kindergarten through 12th grade. It's different from homeschool. In fact, we're going to be talking a little bit of homeschool today, but our online school, your kids, whether he's a kindergartner or a senior in high school or anywhere in between, gets a full-time teacher as well as an academic coach. They also offer free tutoring if you need it. So yeah, that's iLead Online. We also have iLead Exploration, which is our burgeoning homeschool program. In fact, iLead Exploration is growing like crazy. So go ahead and visit us at ileadschools.org for information on our online school, our homeschooling programs, our classroom-based charter schools. You know, people ask me often, what's the difference between a charter school and a public school? And I say, not a whole lot. Charter schools are public schools. They are open, free, no tuition. And in fact, one of the differences is we don't have the district boundaries that school districts do. So pretty much if you can hear my voice, you can attend one of our schools. You just need to apply for our lottery. And if we've got space right now, you can enroll right now. So again, go ahead and visit us at ileadschools.org for more information. So yeah, we've got our eye on education in Santa Clarita and across the nation. But like our show says, we also keep our eye on the valley as well, bringing you everything that you need to know about what's what here in the valley. And we do all of that while having a little bit of fun. You know, I mentioned last week, I've got that rider in my contract at work that says I won't do anything unless I can laugh while I'm doing it. And yeah, it does get me into trouble sometimes. But, you know, if you're not getting in trouble once in a while, you're doing it wrong. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. We've got a jam-packed show, really busy show today. It's going to be a good show, but it is going to move fast. So pull up your socks and let's get started. Today, we're going to be checking in with Monica Gilchrist from Gilchrist Farm. Gilchrist Farm, they've got some really cool things going on. They were closed a little while during the pandemic, but they are back open on weekends. They've got some cool things coming up for the fall. So you're going to want to stick around, hear everything that Monica Gilchrist has got going on out there, some things that you and the family might want to get involved in. We're also going to meet Jesse Munoz, Director of Public Relations and Sports Information at College of the Canyons, see what's going on with College of the Canyons athletics program out there. And in hour number 2, we're going to talk to one of my besties, Tina Toval. Tina is piloting a new and innovative homeschool program for families in the North County area here. So if you're considering, or maybe in the past you've considered homeschool and thought, nah, I don't know that I can do that. Maybe you're not quite sure. Or if you're a homeschooling pro, you won't want to miss Tina. She's doing some pretty amazing things here in the North Valley area. So yeah, and of course, yes, we will close the show with some fun and some trivia with Big T. Can't leave out Big T. And Mom would never let me hear the end of it. So yeah, busy day, a lot going on. You won't want to miss a minute. So go ahead and grab yourself a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and settle in. Let's enjoy the morning together. And while you do that, let's do this. You know, as I mentioned, I enjoy the holidays. Love celebrating all the holidays, the major holidays, you know, the kind that gets us a Friday off from time to time. And
Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving, kind of.
Okay, you're right. But it's been a while since we've had one of those.
True.
Right?
No, it's been almost a year. Right.
But we do have, every day we have typically multiple holidays. So, and today's a pretty good one holiday-wise. Patty, did you know that today is National Cherries Jubilee Day?
Cherries Jubilee Day?
Yeah, and what better way to celebrate Cherries Jubilee than on a Friday?
True.
Yep, so go on, you deserve it. Today is also National Punctuation Day. So, yeah. So, you know what? Can we talk about this for a minute? Whatever happened to punctuation? I mean, it's one thing when, like, you use the wrong punctuation.
Right.
You know, like when you use a dash when you should use a semicolon. When you forget a comma before quoting someone. Okay, fine, I get it. I mean, I'm an English teacher, so it bugs me. But it's fine. That's actually kind of why I exist, right? To correct you. And if you ask my Facebook friends, I'm always willing to do that. But, some of you have stopped using punctuation altogether. I mean, you text me a question and don't even put a question mark at the end. Or you email me, full conversation, with no end punctuation, no capital letters between sentences. Come on. I guess it's better than my father, who insists on texting and emailing in all caps because pushing the shift key is too much work. I mean, come on, why are you yelling at me, old man? But, what happened to the punctuation, right? I asked my son, I was watching him text, and he was showing me some messages between he and his friends, and I said, what's with the punctuation? Why don't you use punctuation? He doesn't punctuate anything. And he looked at me, kind of rolled his eyes, the way a son looks at his father, right?
I know the look.
Right?
I do it to my dad.
He says, Dad, me and my friends only use punctuation when we're being sarcastic or making fun of each other. So then, I popped open my phone and I checked the conversations between my son and I said, well, you do punctuate all your messages to me. And again, he rolled his eyes and said, exactly. So, yeah.
Ouch.
It is National Punctuation Day. Get some, learn some, and for the love of all things holy, use some. At least today. Let's celebrate the day. Alrighty. Today is also Schwenkfelder Thanksgiving. Speaking of Thanksgiving.
Hey-o.
It is Schwenkfelder Thanksgiving. That's right. The Schwenkfelders are the descendants of a small Protestant sect that sprang up in Germany around the time of the Reformation. They were followers of Caspar Schwenkfeld, a theologian, most of whom now live in Pennsylvania Dutch country. So, they're out there with the Quakers and some of those more traditional Christian groups. In 1733, a handful of Schwenkfelder's followers arrived in Philadelphia. A second group came from Germany the following year on September 22nd, 1734. They swore their allegiance to the British king. Then they spent September 24th expressing their thankfulness to God for having delivered them from persecution. So this Thanksgiving event actually is the oldest continuously observed Thanksgiving event in the United States. It is true the Pilgrims held their first Thanksgiving feast on 1621, but that observance didn't continue uninterrupted, right? That Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving that we know it, celebrated at the end of November, didn't get its start until the end of the Civil War. So, happy Schwenkfelder Thanksgiving.
Well, ain't that schwanky?
Right? Today is also National Brave Day. It's a day for women everywhere to rise up and be brave. So come on, ladies. You can do this. I know it's Friday, but you got this. Today, and whether you're female or not, lift up the women around you to be brave. And who knows, maybe we'll all be humming that Sarah Bareilles song all day. Today is also National Gay Men's HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. So let's all take a step toward prevention and ending the stigma. And for you internationally minded, you know the I in SCVi and the I in iLead stands for international. So for the internationally minded, we've got a couple holidays for you. In South Africa, today is Heritage Day, a day that encourages people to explore their cultural heritage and celebrates diversity in the country. So let's remember, South Africa actually is a country that has 11 official languages. They're a pretty diverse country.
Wow.
And in Australia, it is Save the Koala Day. So if you're down under today, remember to keep an eye out for those little furry guys.
Save the koalas.
Yeah. So from Cherries Jubilee to HIV and AIDS awareness to Save the Koala Day, let's all make the most of the day. It is Friday, September 24th, 2021. And you know who makes the most of every day? Monica Gilchrist, owner of Gilchrist Farm. They've got some fun events coming up, and you won't want to miss out. So stick around. Monica's coming up next. I'm Matt Watson, and this is SCVi and iLead Schools' Eye on the Valley. You're listening to your hometown station, KHTS.
You already know Salt Creek Grill has the best food in our valley. Well, now you can have Salt Creek's gourmet meals catered to your event.
I'm Greg Amsler, owner of Salt Creek Grill. I'd like to introduce you to a new level of catering, featuring our catering director, Tamara Levine.
Salt Creek Grill creates memorable experiences, which leaves our clients and guests with a sense of awe and excitement. From menu development to picturesque presentation, you'll enjoy culinary excellence and creative catering.
Salt Creek Grill, a new level of catering.
No words can describe the power of belonging to a group of close friends or being part of a family. Insight Treatment Center was founded more than 20 years ago to give teenagers a community of friends and family as they overcome issues like depression, anxiety, and trauma. The new Santa Clarita location is a COVID-secure environment where distance and good airflow are a priority. As a leader in providing intensive outpatient treatment to teenagers, Insight Treatment Center in Santa Clarita is here to help. Call 888-295-9995 or go online to insighttreatment.com.
Sciatica flaring up again? Even after therapy, decompression, or surgery, discover the 3 most common mistakes that must change to get rid of sciatica for good. Hi, I'm Dr. Thomas Pilecki, and WebMD chooses me as best chiropractor and functional medicine in Santa Clarita. Something to think about. So, when you're ready to get better, go to drpilecki.com. That's drpolucki.com to schedule your free consultation now.
It's time to enhance your natural beauty at Hestia Medical Spa. Select from a large menu of services, including an assortment of fillers that can be used in the face, lips, hands, and a variety of other body parts. Get rid of that double chin with Kybella, an injectable treatment to permanently destroy fat cells under the chin. Hestia Medical Spa also offers Botox, Dysport, and Xeomin to help reduce severe frown lines. Experience rejuvenation at Hestia Medical Spa, located on Valencia Boulevard next to City Hall. Call 753-3434 or go online to hestiamedicalspa.com.
Santa Clarita Valley residents now have greater access to the excellent physicians and high-quality medical services for which Providence Holy Cross is known. Providence Holy Cross Health Center in Santa Clarita features state-of-the-art cancer and imaging technologies, as well as board-certified physicians in a variety of medical specialties. Quality and compassion from a healthcare provider you can depend on. For more information, call 1-888-HEALING or visit us at providence.org.
Denny and Company Llp helps small to medium-sized businesses with their tax and accounting needs. With over 55 years of public accounting experience among them, Denny and Company's partners are familiar with a large number of business types, tax situations, and business consulting needs ranging from individuals, families, trusts and estates, corporations, partnerships, and limited liability companies in many different industries and professions. The partners and staff of Denny and Company Llp are always friendly, helpful, responsive, and are experienced in representing individuals and businesses like yours with all kinds of government agencies, banks, attorneys, and more. They are your hometown CPA firm. Why go all the way to Century City or Encino to pay top dollar for the same level of services you can get right here in Santa Clarita? Denny and Company Llp, CPAs that make life less taxing. Call 286-8860. Call 286-8860.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 on the AM side. This is Matt Watson, and you are listening to SCVi and iLead School's Eye on the Valley. My first guest today, as I mentioned before, is Monica Gilchrist. She is owner of Gilchrist Farm, just up Bouquet Canyon. Monica is a graduate from my ultimator, Cal State Northridge, and she went on to get her master's degree from UCLA. Go Bruins! She has extensive experience in philanthropy, working as the National Resource Center Coordinator for Global Green USA, before becoming the Executive Director of the Green Hive Foundation, and later the Deputy Executive Director with ICLEI, Local Governments for Sustainability. But, in fact, her true passion called her back to the farm, where she and her team offer horseboarding, horseback riding lessons, birthday partings, weddings, eggs, goat milk soap, turkeys and hogs, and goat yoga, and all kinds of fun for the whole family. Monica, welcome back to Eye on the Valley.
Well, thank you.
It's so
great to be here.
Great to have you. We always love chatting with you. So, Monica, for our guests that aren't as familiar, why don't you tell us a little bit about Gilchrist Farm? What's the history behind your farm and your passion?
We opened up as a business to the public in 2016. Prior to that, it was my family's home. This was originally my grandmother's home, where she raised and bred Tennessee walking horses, beautiful, beautiful horses. And I'm privileged to take that farm and open it up to the public. That began in 2016, where we started an equestrian facility offering horseback riding, summer camp, birthday parties. And that year we grew into our very first Harvest Festival because our local pumpkin patch had announced for the second year in a row that they were not going to be open. So we kicked it off that year thinking we would just do something nice and small for our summer camp friends. And that is the Harvest Festival that has continued on annually since, and we are preparing to get that going right now.
Fantastic. So, you know what? Let's go ahead and talk about that. I remember when that local pumpkin patch closed, and it was something that I used to enjoy when I was a little guy and had run for quite a few years, become quite a tradition here in town. And I love that you guys decided to step in and kind of pick that up for our community. So you guys are running that again this year. Can you tell us a little bit about it? What's going on with your pumpkin patch?
Yeah, well, and it's extra sweet this year, right, because we are back to the full Harvest Festival. So last year we ran Pumpkin Patch, and we had a lot of our farm activities, but we didn't have the full festival. Okay. And what that means, and what's coming back this year, are really exciting things like pig races, because those are gathering events, right? So we did not do those last year on account of COVID, but this year those are all coming back, and we are so excited to have them again. It all feels right again. So we'll be offering free of charge every Saturday and Sunday pig races, wool spinning demonstrations, and that's literally taking the wool from our sheep and turning it into yarn. And we have a beautiful woman, Vivian Komodo, who has spindles and will be teaching people how to do that. We've introduced a forging demonstration showing people how to work with metal. And then we are continuing our active tradition of goat milking. So folks get a chance to step right up and milk a goat. So all of that and live music and food and all of that fun is back this year.
So, and all of this stuff, I mean, I'm sure you charge for the food and things like that, but you said the pig races and the goat milking and watching the wool demonstration, all that's free?
All of that is free. And then we have a bunch of stuff you can pay for, including 4 different types of pony and horseback rides. We have wagon rides, a farm train. Our slide is back. We have a straw bale maze in a new location this year, which is super fun. All right. We have archery and axe throwing and crafts. And we also offer pumpkin decorating that is really fun that time of year.
Axe throwing, that's cool. Wow. So you guys have got all kinds of stuff out there.
Yeah, we actually have a professional axe thrower on staff. I mean, who even knew? But it has been so much fun to learn and watch people actually sink the target. It's been, axe throwing is a lot of fun, something I highly recommend if you haven't tried it.
So you guys have a ton of activities out there. So if a family just wanted to stop by for a little while and do something really economical, you've got a lot of the free activities, and then you can also upgrade the experience by going on the what did you say, the hay wagon ride or the hay rides, and paint a pumpkin and throw some axes, and you've got all kinds of things going on out there.
Oh, yes. Excuse me. And the pumpkin slingshot I totally forgot about. So pumpkin slingshots this year are awesome.
Wait.
We've had very different iterations over the years. This year's are, they're really, really fun.
Okay. What is a pumpkin slingshot?
So this year they actually they're metal, but they look like, the little slingshots you put in your hand, but they are life-size, human-size, and you hurl pumpkins into the hillside. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay, so it's like this great big huge slingshot. And you're talking about what, like an 8-10 pound pumpkin that you're shooting into the side of the hill?
Yeah, maybe a little bit smaller. We do the smaller ones so that they don't come back and whack you in the face.
All righty.
Not everybody listens. Listen, in the trials for these, we've seen it all.
Right. Oh, gosh, that sounds like a lot of fun. And gosh, a great way to maybe blow off a little bit of steam from the week. Throwing axes, shooting some arrows around, and then slinging some pumpkins. What a great time. So tell us, are you guys open 7 days? Is this just something going on weekends?
So the pumpkin patch itself is open daily, 9 to 6. The weekends, every single weekend, beginning October 1st, ending on Halloween itself, we're 9 to 6, and that is full festival every weekend.
Oh, wow.
Weekdays, during the morning, we offer field trips, and we're looking forward to hosting lots of our school friends. And then in the afternoons, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m., the rides are open as well. So groups, scouts, folks that want to come and gather, we offer a special wristband for $30 so that it's an affordable way to kind of jump in, meet, bring your group, and do bunches of activities.
Fantastic. So, if families are listening, I'm sure they're getting excited. I've seen a lot of people starting to post their pumpkin spice lattes, and folks are getting really excited about the fall coming up. So where can they get more information? Where can they find you? Can you, first of all, explain where they can find you physically, and then how can they get a hold of you? Phone number, website, things like that.
Perfect. We are located we're actually right outside the city limits of Santa Clarita, 1 mile north of Vasquez Canyon Road on Bouquet Canyon Road, on the right-hand side if you're coming from Santa Clarita. And there's lots of big signage out there, so we're easy to find if you just keep heading up Bouquet like you're going toward Acton, Agua Dulce, that area. Mm-hmm. And then our website is mostly up to date. It's gilchristfarm.com, GILCHRISTFARM.com. Reservations are not required, but will be available for some of our more popular activities beginning next week. So the reservation system will go live next week. Okay. Again, not required, but some of those items like the archery and axe throwing, they tend to sell out. So we're going to offer the opportunity to pre-book that if you'd like.
Yeah, if you want to make sure that you get your the most fun out of your experience, call ahead and make reservations. You wouldn't want to get there and find out that there's no room for you to throw some axes or shoot some pumpkins. Monica, you mentioned you do field trips for schools and things like that, but I understand that there's a school this morning that's kind of turned the tables on you. You're going on a field trip this morning. You and one of your friends is heading out to one of the local elementary schools. Is that right?
Well, that is partially right. So we were slated to, and it's a very exciting program. This is over at Valencia Valley, and they have had a reading challenge, and the students won. And what they have won is the opportunity for the principal to get jiggy with a piggy. And so we're
live on the air. Be careful, Monica.
Okay, we can kiss a pig. That's
okay,
how most of
there we go. That's what you mean. Okay. So their principal is going to kiss a pig.
Yes, and we are bringing that pig. We have delayed it, however, because our pigs are preparing for the pig races, and they are babies, and we just relocated them, and it really stressed them out. And with the air quality over these last couple days of smoke and the heat, we've decided not to push it, and we've delayed taking the pigs over there. So the pigs are doing wonderful, but we decided not to stress them out. They're very young. They're 9 weeks old. So we are going to do that, and it is a super exciting program. We've done it with several schools where the principals have come to us. We were going to try something a little different this time, and we will do it. We're just going to give these pigs a couple more weeks to mature.
Well, yeah, they've got a race this weekend, so they're in training, and so they got to make sure that they limit the stuff that they put on their plate, right?
They are, and while we were building this track, these pigs broke out, and they raced all over the farm.
Oh, you kidding? Oh, gosh, pigs are so adorable, especially the littler ones. How much fun is that? Gosh. And so you mentioned your Harvest Festival. It starts on October 1st, but you're open this weekend with your regular events and all kinds of fun for the family. And then October 1st through 31st, you're open Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. You said 9 to 6 with all kinds of...
9 to 6 daily.
All kinds of fun activities. So if you want to head out there and do yoga with the goats or watch the piggies race or shoot all kinds of things, arrows and pumpkins and throw axes. Get the family out there. There's lots of fun for everybody to have at Gilchrist Farm. Monica, I know that you've got a lot of work to do. In fact, it sounds like you're wrestling with the dog over there and doing all the morning chores. So we appreciate you taking a little time to call in this morning.
Well, thank you for having us. We really appreciate it. Can't wait to see everyone this season.
Absolutely. Head out to Gilchrist Farm for lots of fun. Again, go ahead and look them up on their website at gilchristfarm.com. Lots of fun. Alrighty, you are listening to SCVi and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley. When we come back, we're going to be talking about COC sports. Do you like sports? Jesse Munoz is going to join me, so stay tuned. I am Matt Watson, and this is SCVi and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley. We'll be right back on your hometown station, KHTS.
Get your free thermostats from Pacific Air free.
Ned, what are you doing? You can't offer that.
Yes, I can. With every AC tune-up this month, Pacific Air will replace your mechanical thermostat with a digital one. Free!
Get in the truck, Ned.
Ned's right.
It's true.
Mark Schneider and daughter Kaylee for Pacific Air.
This month, call Pacific Air to schedule your WOW AC tune-up for just $77.
And we'll replace your old mechanical thermostat
with a brand new programmable digital thermostat, absolutely free of charge.
And if you need a new heating and air system but money is tight, call today and ask about our buy now, pay later financing. We think you'll say,
wow!
Call the guys in the orange truck. That's Pacific Air. On time, great care. When you want the best, call Pacific Air.
Details at pacair.com. Remember, without the E, it's just air.
KHTS strives to give the Santa Clarita Valley all the information they need. And when our computers aren't working the way they should, we call Resurgence your true source for IT. Resurgence provides outstanding customer service while also providing the highest technical ability. They strive to do what's best to improve and protect your business. For more information on Resurgence, call 349-4114 or visit resurgenceit.com.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow, here to tell you about my Giza Dream bed sheets. I made sure that they would be everything you'd ever want in a sheet set. I started with the world's finest cotton called Giza. It's only grown in a region where the Sahara Desert, the Nile River, and the Mediterranean Sea all meet. The long staple cotton makes my Giza Dream sheets ultra soft and durable. They come with extra wide pillowcases to fit over any pillow and extra deep pockets to fit over any mattress. Not only that, they come with my 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. And now you can get the best sheets ever for the best price ever. When you buy one of my Giza Dream bed sheet sets, you'll get another one absolutely free. I personally guarantee that they'll be the most comfortable sheets you'll ever own.
Go to mypillow.com and use the promo code KHTS or call 800-973-3927 and use the promo code KHTS. That's 800-973-3927 or go to mypillow.com and use the promo code KHTS.
Why did Mercedes-Benz of Valencia win the Dealer of Excellence Award in 2019?
Because we strive to provide the most outstanding sales experience.
Mercedes-Benz of Valencia COO Chris Paz.
We know you have high expectations. Our stellar team will meet and exceed your expectations. That's why we were named Mercedes Best of the Best, placing us in the top 10% of all Mercedes dealers nationwide.
Find out how you can lease a new Mercedes for unbelievably low monthly payments. Details at mbzvalencia.com. If you need help at home or at the office, call Made For You. Made For You is a locally owned, bonded, and licensed cleaning service with over 20 years of experience. All employees are vetted for your protection. No need to buy products or equipment. The Made For You staff comes complete with everything needed to make your home or office cleaner than ever. Hire Made For You one time, as needed, or an ongoing basis. No room is off limits. Laundry and ironing services are also available. Call Made For You for a free estimate. 255-2922. That's 255-2922.
Summer is here. Try the new Charlie Ice Cold Drink, named after social media megastar dancer Charlie D'Amelio. Charlie's go-to coffee order is a Dunkin' Cold Brew with whole milk and 3 pumps of caramel swirl. It's officially on Dunkin's menu nationwide as the Charlie. You'll love it. Dunkin' also has new all-day sandwiches and new donut varieties. Order ahead with the Dunkin' app and accumulate points. Located on Bouquet Canyon in the Lowe's Shopping Center and on Sierra Highway in Canyon Country, both with curbside pickup, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, and Postmates. Or use the drive-thru at Sierra Highway. Santa Clarita runs on Dunkin'.
Your hometown station,
KHTS.
Welcome back. You're listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is Matt Watson, your host, and you are listening to SCVi and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley. My next guest is now in his 8th season as the Director of Sports Information and his 15th year overall at College of the Canyons, having started as a writer and photographer back in 2007. In his role as Sports Information Director, Jesse Munoz is responsible for all of the marketing, publicity, media relations, and interview requests, website maintenance, social media account management, live stream broadcast production, game day photography and videography, and in-game statistics for the COC Athletics Department and their 17 sports programs. So he stays really busy. A 3-decade resident of the Santa Cruz Valley, he is a proud product of the local school system and a graduate of Cal State University Long Beach. And I also understand that he is not only a fantasy football guru, but a nationally certified Star Wars nerd. Jesse, welcome to Eye on the Valley.
Matt, good morning. Thank you. I appreciate the kind introduction. I don't know where you found those fun facts at the end, but I will attest they are definitely true.
Yeah, I keep my ear to the ground. So have you been to the Star Wars world at Disneyland?
Oh, of course. You know, in fact, I took my daughter for her birthday just weeks before the shutdown, and we're able to get on Rise of the Resistance and do all that fun stuff. And I can't imagine having to go through the pandemic having not experienced that already. So definitely, and looking forward to a chance to get back.
Well, I tell you what, you've got to get back soon because they're still limiting crowds, and so. From what I understand, if you can get in right now, it's actually a really relaxed experience. The lines aren't that long. It's an easy way to make sure that you get on all the rides without standing in line too long.
And that's what I've heard. October's always a favorite time for us, our family, just with the Halloween decorations and a little bit cooler weather. You sprinkle on some Star Wars, and you got a great day.
There we go. But we're not here to promote Disneyland. We're here to talk about COC athletics. And, when we reached out wanting to know about what's going on with athletics at COC, you seem to be the perfect guy to talk to. So what's happening with COC sports?
Oh, man, a lot. In 3 simple words, we are back.
Nice.
You know, it's been a long layoff due to the COVID-19 pandemic and everything, nearly 18 months. But like I said, we are back, and this is a fantastic and exciting time to be a Cougar. All of our teams have come roaring back into action. And, Matt, I think one day we're going to look back on this semester and this season of competition and look back at it as, being historic. Not only just the layoff and, the processes and coming back, but also our teams, how they've really responded and jumped back into the action. We've got a couple special groups out there that, might want to keep your eye on.
Yeah, definitely. I think the same could be said for athletes everywhere, right? It's been a tough year with the layoff and then with all the obstacles that athletes are facing, getting back onto whether it's the hardwood or the pitch or wherever you're playing. It's really testing what you're passionate about and what you're willing to do in order to compete. So talk to me about what teams are currently competing. We're in the fall sports season. So what teams have you got out there right now?
Fall sports season, absolutely. So we are action-packed day in and day out. First off, football, once again, one of the top teams in the state. We're entering the weekend ranked number 5. We're a perfect 3-0. Coming off a big win last week down at Fullerton College, which, again, is one of those perennially ranked top teams. Really a great defensive performance down there. We led under head coach Ted Iacenda, now in his 9th year at the head of the program. Some Hart football fans will definitely recognize that name from years past. But, yeah, football is off and running. We're back home this weekend. We've also got our men's and women's cross-country teams. Women's team I am very excited about. They have run in 3 events, have finished no worse than second, won our home meet back on September 3rd here at College of the Canyons. And freshman runner out of Saugus High School, Danielle Salsaldo, has won all 3 of her races. So she is just really taking the field by storm. and is doing great things. They've got an event this week we're actually running at the Masters University Invite. That's going to be at Central Park on Saturday.
Okay.
Same thing, women's golf back in action. You know, we're coming off back-to-back state titles in 2018 and 19. So,
Nice.
you know, we're disappointed by the layoff due to the pandemic, but definitely, you know, understand. So they're getting back to go. We've got 6 local golfers on the squad, Saugus, Hart, Golden Valley, all represented out there. So they're a fun group to watch. Also, women's volleyball. Been on a little bit of a skid the last couple of days, but I think that's just by virtue of the tough schedule that they play. Okay. You know, coming out of this week, they're number 24 ranked team in the state, but by far have played the toughest non-conference schedule. All of our losses have come against state-ranked opponents. And so, again, a team that definitely has the talent and potential and is just kind of putting it all together. So they've got a road trip up to Santa Barbara tonight. Okay. And same thing, women's soccer, they're getting going. We're 3-2 on the year. Head coach Justin London just won his 150th career game at College of the Canyons.
Wow.
And, we're very excited for him. And, again, you know, this is a program that's been to the postseason 9 straight seasons. So looking for number 10 this year. Again, always a strong unit. And men's soccer, same thing, starting to come around. We're 2-3-3 here in the early going. Played to a nice comeback draw down at Cypress earlier this week. Was really impressed with the battle that they showed staying in the game and coming back. Got a late equalizer. I think really shocked some folks down at Cypress. But they are starting to pick up some momentum as well. So, like I said, everyone's in action. Everyone's excited. You go down to the practice fields or the games, and you know the excitement is contagious. I come home hyped up and excited. My wife's like, "Man, what have you been doing? What have you been doing over there?" I said, "Hey, I'm following Cougar Athletics. It's it's the place to be." So anyway, lots of good things going on.
Man, Jesse, I asked you, you know, what teams you have competing. They're not competing. You guys are killing it out there.
Like I said, it's been a hot start to the season, and you know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So we definitely want to prolong this as we get into conference play. But exactly, you know, Matt, just like I said, coming off the layoff, no one really knew what to expect around the state. You know, programs, you know, by virtue of being at a 2-year school, we get players coming in and out every year. There's a lot of turnover. So you sprinkle on this layoff and, you know, people's lives going in a million different directions. Nobody really knew what to expect. So to come out the gate and get a great start like this, we are very excited.
Well, and I love that you're doing it with so many local athletes. I know you guys have students come to COC from really around the state. I know you've got a strong international contingent out at College of the Canyons. So you draw people from all over, but it sounds like you've got a lot of local stars out there as well.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I would say, you know, people come to College of Canyons from around the nation, across the globe, definitely throughout the state. But, yeah, this year in particular, a lot of local kids. You know, I was looking at our football roster last night. There's 20-plus Santa Clarita graduates. Our whole cross-country team is pretty much all local. Same thing, soccer and volleyball. You know, I'm a Saugus guy, so when I was looking at the Saugus roster, so we had 8 girls from Saugus. Wow, that is awesome. That's amazing. So, again, Hart, Canyon, West Ranch, Valencia. Haven't got many Cass State kids yet, but I know that they're on the way. Again, it's exciting. And, you know, for fans and community members out there, to be able to follow, you know, their kids or their neighbors' kids or their friends' kids, to be able to follow them at the next level and see them compete collegiately, I think is something special, you know, not only for our community but for our athletes to be able to have that built-in fan base as they continue to play.
Definitely, and I'm a huge college sports guy. College athletics is, you know, the athletes put in so much passion as they continue to drive toward whatever the next step may be for them. And you know, for some of them, this may be the last stop, and so they're looking to kind of long-term leave it all out on the field. And the passion with which they participate is just incredible. Makes the game so much fun. Now, you mentioned, and I want to make sure, your football team is number 5 in the state?
Yes, sir. Number 5, and hopefully continuing to rise.
All right. I think you mentioned it earlier. When's your next football game?
So we are actually home tomorrow at Cougar Stadium. We got the number 5 ranked Cougars hosting Palomar College. They are actually number 21 in the state. That's going to be a 6 p.m. start. It should be a fun night under the lights. You know, our games, we try to make a great experience for everybody. We're going to have food vendors out there, a little bit of merchandise sales. We traditionally have a DJ playing music throughout. So, again, it's a real fun experience. If you haven't experienced Cougar football, I encourage you to come on down. Check it out. We actually have a free community invite this week. We are inviting all healthcare workers and first responders to attend Saturday's game for free.
Very cool.
Just as a special thank you for obviously all the work and the trials and tribulations that they've gone through this last year and a half. We'd like to welcome them into Cougar Stadium. So again, it should be a good one. If you can't make it out to the game, we do live stream all of our home contests. So you can check that out. Myself and our play-by-play man, voice of the Cougars, Matt Robinson, will be on the call. And again, it's another good way to follow our players. You know, get that experience. You know, get more familiar with Cougar football. So I'd encourage that as well.
So for folks looking to get out there to watch that football game tomorrow night, do they need to buy tickets in advance? They buy them at the gates?
You can buy them at the gate. We are working on a new advanced contactless ticketing system. Probably a little too early to talk about that now, but we hope to have that up and running before Saturday. If not, definitely later in this season. But yeah, just come to the gate and make your way into the stands. It should be a good one.
All righty. I'm a football nut, but what other events have you got coming up? Anything else happening? We talked about the football game tomorrow. What else is going on sports-wise this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in fact, all of our teams are away tonight. They scheduled, it's funny, looking at the schedule right now, I didn't even realize it, but men's and women's soccer are both at Santa Barbara, and volleyball's at Santa Barbara. So they put together a road trip and didn't invite me. I'm not going to make it up to that one. But next week, again, another busy one. Tuesday night at College of the Canyons, Valencia campus, we've got a men's and women's soccer doubleheader. So the men's team will get going versus Chaffee College at 4:30. And then right after that, women's team will actually open up their conference schedule against Antelope Valley College. That game starts at 7 o'clock. Again, free admission. Come on down to the soccer facility. And if you can't make it, those games will also be live streamed as well. And then looking farther ahead to next weekend, Friday night, October 1st, we've got a triple header. We've got men's soccer versus Allen Hancock at 4:30. Then we've got women's volleyball versus Santa Monica at 6. And then for the late night folks, we've got women's soccer versus Bakersfield at 7 o'clock. So that's another busy one. And then just one more plug. Don't want to get too far ahead on the calendar, but Saturday, October the 2nd, this is a big one, folks, for football fans. We are hosting Riverside City College in what will be the last non-conference game of the season. But also, if you guys recall, Riverside was state champions in 2019 and actually defeated College of the Canyons in the SoCal championship game. So a little bit of a building rivalry, a little bit of a rematch. So that should be another good one as well.
Gosh, so you've got a lot of kind of possible package deals going on, right? It sounds like what a great way to spend the weekend. Drive up to Santa Barbara and you've got you said three different games going on up in Santa Barbara this weekend. Maybe go up there and spend the evening, and then maybe a Saturday afternoon walking around the beach of Santa Barbara, but enjoying three different competitions, COC sports up in Santa Barbara. You said this Tuesday night you've got a soccer doubleheader, men's and women's. Friday is a triple header at COC, and then, gosh, that big rematch game, Saturday, October 2nd. That one is definitely one I want to put on my calendar. So there was am I correct in saying there was no 2020 football season, and so Riverside City College they're the reigning champs. They knocked off our COC Cougars not last year, but 2 years ago, and so now number 5 Cougars looking to get back at them, huh?
Yeah, that's correct. That was a hard-fought game back in late November 2019. And, the schedule, it's funny, you're correct. We did not play in 2020, but the schedule that we're playing now was the same schedule that we would have played in 2020. So it just kind of got pushed a year. But I know walking off that field in 2019 that a future rematch with Riverside was one that was going to be circled on our calendar. So, again, 2 top programs. Riverside's always a tremendously talented and well-coached team, but so are we. And like I said, I think this is going to be a good one. If you haven't experienced Cougar football, this is the one to come out to and see.
Yeah, definitely. So you know how well involved our local businesses are with different activities. So what about athletes, businesses, community members out there that want to experience and get involved with COC athletics? I'm being told we've only got a couple seconds.
Sure. Well, real quick, for athletes, if you're interested in participating in one of our sports programs, come to our website, cocathletics.com, fill out the prospective student-athlete form, and I'll go right to our coaches and make contact with them. Fantastic. For businesses that would like to get involved, we have a number of advertising and sponsorship opportunities at all of our sports facilities. Also, like I mentioned, with our new live streams that are coming on, lots of opportunities there to kind of share in that process, get you guys some exposure, get some support for our athletes and programs. And again, for fans and community members, we love and appreciate our community so much. Anything we can do to bring you guys into the fold, to provide some entertainment, to provide that experience for you, your kids, your families, your neighbors, we are happy to do it. So again, an open invitation anytime folks want to come down and see a game, this is the place to be. There's always something going on, and we'd be happy to have you.
We do appreciate it, Jesse. Thanks so much for joining us. Go Cougars. I am Matt Watson on your hometown station, KHTS.
If you'd like to take your business up a notch, take a look at Elite Magazine.
Linda and Mo Hafizi, owners of our Valley's 2 leading magazines, the Magazine of Santa Clarita and Elite.
I'm so proud of Elite. It allows your advertisement to stand out. We distribute Elite to 50,000 homes and businesses. You'll find us in 1,900 local hotel rooms.
Discover how Elite Magazine can help your business. Call 294-4444.
Superior quality is second.
When you think about your next place, maybe even your forever place, are you hearing more of this and less of this? Introducing 5 Point Valencia, a vibrant new community coming to the Santa Clarita Valley. A place with parks, trails, and fresh architecture, all tuned to the way people want to live today. New homes for all, with prices to match, from the low 400,000s to over $1 million. Learn more at valencia.com.
Step into a hot shower or slip on a warm t-shirt fresh from the dryer, and you can feel the comfort natural gas gives us every day. For over 100 years, Southern California Gas Company has provided safe, reliable natural gas service. It warms our homes, powers cleaner vehicles, and cooks our food at a fraction of the cost of other energy sources with less environmental impact, today and for decades to come. Natural gas, part of the clean energy solution. Learn more at SoCalGas.com. Search solution.
Excellence isn't just a word, it is what we deliver. Vanguard Protection Group is committed to providing its clients with the highest echelon of protective services available. Our clients not only receive the security services they contract for, but also reports that are well-written, articulate, and thorough. Our patrol officers operate at the highest levels and have an impressive rapport with local law enforcement. With military, police, private policing, and courtroom experience, you can trust that we have the strength to deliver our promise of excellence. Contact Vanguard Protection by calling 661-753-3611 or visiting their website at vanguardprotectiongroup.com.
Santa Clarita now has its first comprehensive outpatient rehab facility. RenewMed's multidisciplinary team includes physicians, respiratory, physical, and occupational therapists, as well as social service professionals to provide superior therapy and customized treatment. Whether you've got COPD, COVID complications, or are keen on preventing a fall, they can assess your challenges and help you feel better. RenewMed on Lyons Avenue, just north of the 5. Visit renewmedscv.com. That's renewmedscv.com.
KHTS, AM 1220 and 98.1 FM Santa Clarita. It's 9 o'clock. Time for national news on KHTS.
The president puts his foot down. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Taking questions from reporters this morning, President Biden weighing in on a migrant encampment in Texas and the way it's been handled by both the administration and border agents. Fox's Rachel Sutherland is live at the White House.
Lisa, as the Biden administration clears out that encampment in Del Rio, Texas, the president called images of mounting officers swinging ropes at migrants outrageous and an embarrassment.
I promise you those people will pay.
They will be an investigation underway now, and there will be consequences. There will be consequences.
President Biden says he takes responsibility for what's happening on the southern border. Thousands of migrants, many of them Haitians, have been removed from the country or are in the process of expulsion. An undetermined number have been released into the country. Lisa?
Thanks, Rachel. Border agents speaking to Fox News have denied that reins are ever used as whips. Meantime, a county judge, the top elected official for Del Rio, Texas, tells the Associated Press the number of migrants at that encampment is now down to just over 200, and a cleanup of the site is underway. The president today also urging Americans again to get vaccinated, and for those eligible for booster shots to get those too, now that the FDA and CDC have cleared the way for seniors and other vulnerable Americans to get a third Pfizer shot 6 months after their second dose. Just getting word that 2 co-hosts of ABC's The View have tested positive for COVID just before Vice President Kamala Harris was due on that set for an interview. Even more shots fired than first thought in yesterday's attack at a grocery store in a Memphis suburb.
The number of shot is 15 now.
That's Collierville Police Chief Dale Lane offering an update just a short time ago. He says the injured are in stable condition. One person was killed. The shooter killed himself. America is listening to Fox News.
Non-attorney spokesperson ad sponsored by Open Jar Concepts. Attention veterans and active duty military. If you were issued earplugs between 2002 and 2016 and were diagnosed with hearing loss or ringing in the ears, you may be entitled to compensation. The manufacturer of these military earplugs recently paid $9.1 million to resolve claims that their earplugs were defective, potentially exposing service members to damaging sound levels that could have resulted in hearing loss or tinnitus. If you or a loved one were issued earplugs and were diagnosed with tinnitus or hearing loss, don't wait. You fought for this country, and our attorneys want to fight for you. Call 800-493-5689 now for a free legal consultation and to see if you may be eligible to file a claim. Time restrictions may apply, and you pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. So call 800-493-5689 now. Again, 800-493-5689. That's 800-493-5689.
Texas orders an audit of election results in 4 of the state's largest counties.
The Texas Secretary of State is undergoing a full forensic audit for the 2020 election in the state's 2 largest Republican counties and the state's 2 largest Democratic counties, Dallas, Tarrant, Collin, and in Harris County. Houston, for which ballot drop-off sites, drive-through voting, and unsolicited deliveries of absentee ballots prompted Republican Governor Greg Abbott to pass into law the state's controversial election integrity bill. Elections officials in Harris County calling the audits an attack on Texans' trust in elections, saying no evidence of widespread vote fraud. As Attorney General, Republican Ken Paxton says the state has over 500 vote fraud cases pending. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
Results of an election audit in Arizona are due out today. Just a day after growing into a named storm, Sam is now a hurricane and expected to keep growing into a major storm, heading in the general direction of North America, but still too far out in the Atlantic for forecasters to get a handle on where it will end up. A volcano won't stop spewing on one of Spain's Canary Islands, La Palma, where thousands have had to evacuate this week. The 2 main lava flows over 30 feet high. Firefighters retreating in one town today because of the force of the explosions and the amount of ash. A spooky house with a well-known history is for sale in Burrville, Rhode Island.
For $1.2 million, you could own the Conjuring home that sits at 1677 Round Top Road. The 2013 supernatural horror film was based on accounts taken from previous residents. Legend has it the well-known property is haunted by Bathsheba Sherman, who lived in the house in the 1800s.
Fox's Monica DeLuca. Stocks are lower, snapping a 2-day rally on Wall Street. The Dow's down 16. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
I'm Liz Clayman, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks are trading mixed to lower. Uncertainty lingers about the future of China's Evergrande property developer after its interest payment deadline passed with no announcement. China's central bank has declared all cryptocurrency transactions illegal. Bitcoin and other cryptos are slumping. Shares of Meredith are higher. It publishes People magazine, and the Wall Street Journal says it may be purchased by IAC Interactive, led by veteran media investor Barry Diller. Nike shares are lower. It is lowering its forecast, saying supply issues will cut into its growth. Carnival shares are higher after reporting a smaller loss in the summer quarter. New home sales jumped in August despite record prices. Sales of new homes were up 1.5%. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Thanks for listening to KHTS AM 1220, Canyon Country, California. K260CO 98.1 FM, Santa Clarita, California.
When you look at your child, you see so much. A creative spirit that surprises you every day. A little leader growing to discover who they are, what they love, and how they can make the world better. At SCVi, we see those same amazing things. Our tuition-free TK through 12 charter school provides boundless opportunities to think critically and imagine freely, with a learning program customized just for your child. Today, that means empowering your child to bring strengths and passions to the distance learning environment. Our approach keeps your child and family in step while online, inspiring your learner to keep growing without missing a beat. At SCVi, your child will find even more ways to grow with projects and activities in STEAM, robotics, theater, music, and sports. With the only international baccalaureate program in Santa Clarita, SCVi produces graduates who excel at top universities and in life. For enrollment information or to learn more about our distance learning program, visit ileadsantaclarita.org. iLead Schools. Free to think, inspired to lead.
Experience Frontier Toyota's all-new hot and exciting Toyota lineup. Serving the Santa Clarita Valley for over 30 years. Frontier Toyota, the Camry, Corolla, and Prius Kings. They're tops in Tacoma and Tundra trucks. Frontier Toyota, the new way of car buying. Shop from home at frontiertoyota.com or visit their showroom at Valencia and Creekside. Discover a whole new car buying experience with your friends at Frontier Toyota.
Summer is here. Try the new Charlie Ice Cold Drink, named after social media megastar dancer Charlie D'Amelio. Charlie's go-to coffee order is a Dunkin' Cold Brew with whole milk and 3 pumps of caramel swirl. It's officially on Dunkin's menu nationwide as the Charlie. You'll love it. Dunkin' also has new all-day sandwiches and new donut varieties. Order ahead with the Dunkin' app and accumulate points. Located on Bouquet Canyon in the Lowe's Shopping Center and on Sierra Highway in Canyon Country. Both with curbside pickup, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, and Postmates. Or use the drive-thru at Sierra Highway. Santa Clarita runs on Dunkin'.
Hey, this is Kyle with your hometown station weather. Temperatures today here in the Santa Clarita Valley. Highs in the 90s. Mostly sunny skies. Overnight lows in the 60s. But overall, a pretty nice day here in the Santa Clarita Valley.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
The following is sponsored programming and does not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of KHTS or its ownership.
Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. I am Matt Watson, your host, and you are listening to SCVi and iLead Schools' Eye on the Valley. We're coming to you live from the center of Main Street here in beautiful downtown Newhall. And I am joined now by Tina Toval, lead educational facilitator with iLead with the iLead AV Exploration Program. And that's our homeschool program at iLead. You're going to hear a little bit more. You're going to hear a lot more about it here in just a second. But Tina Toval attended Cal State University of Northridge and earned her bachelor's degree in liberal studies as well as a multiple subject teaching credential. She's worked in education for 13 years and started her journey with iLead during her last semester of college as a student teacher at SCVi. That's iLead's founding school. During its founding years. So she actually joined our organization during that very first year. Her first several years, she was a 4th and 5th grade facilitator, and I get people asking, Matt, why do you call them facilitators? Is that different from a teacher? They are just as highly qualified and credentialed, but it's the way they go about doing their job, putting education back in the hands of the students. So Tina started out those first few years as a 4th and 5th grade facilitator, where she was deeply inspired by her teammate, Matt Watson. That's right. Tina and I were actually teachers for about 3 years together, and then we both transitioned into different administrative roles. Tina worked alongside SCVi's leadership team as a leadership resident, and she is currently working at iLead Antelope Valley as the lead educational facilitator, helping develop the new Exploration program, which, as I said, is our home study program that combines homeschool learning with project-based learning. Tina has been married for 6 years now and has a beautiful 16-month-old son who's introduced her to new hobbies and activities like playing with monster trucks, throwing rocks, pretending to be dinosaurs, and splashing in the pool. She truly is an amazing educator and a lover of dad jokes. Tina, welcome back to Eye on the Valley.
Hi, Matt. Thank you for having me again.
I'm so glad to have you back on. Tina, I'm super excited. I know you're enjoying parenting and having had your son, less than a year and a half ago. The drummer of my favorite band just had twin girls, and he's super excited. You know what he named them?
What did he name them?
Anna 1, Anna 2. But we're not here to talk about him. Let's talk about you. You've been with our organization. You've been with iLead Schools from the beginning. You've had several different roles. So what makes working at SCVi and iLead sometimes challenging, right? Because it is definitely, easy is not a word that we would ever describe it as.
Oh, no.
But it is also an incredibly rewarding experience. So what makes working at SCVi and iLead challenging, but at the same time rewarding?
So at iLead, I think no matter what role you play, you and I have both played different roles. You're constantly wearing different hats. There's different things that you're helping with, different things that you're involved in, and I think that comes with it being at a charter school, and I think it also comes with innovating and leading and paving the way for education. And it definitely comes with the passion that each of us has as educators, and I think that's one of the most rewarding things too is just working alongside other educators who are so hardworking and so dedicated and just care so much about the kids and doing whatever it takes to be successful and doing whatever it takes to make them feel good and loved. And, as teachers, it's rewarding to see your kids grow, and it's rewarding to see those aha moments in them and helping them get to where they need to be. But I think with that, it's also the people that work for iLead that make it so rewarding because they're just incredible people, and we all have that same passion and love for what we do, and doing whatever it takes. So that absolutely makes it rewarding, and also the relationships that we make with the kids and the families is really indescribable. Like you said, I started with iLead 12, 13 years ago. We barely had 100 kids, 150 kids. We were so small, but there was just this incredible sense of family and close-knit community. So even though we've grown so much over the years, I feel like that environment very much still exists. And, there's something to be said for that for sure.
You're absolutely right. That's one of the things that I noticed most about SCVi. It's funny, you and I were actually chatting about it before we got started this morning about how when you were telling me what SCVi was like when I first got hired, you said, oh, yeah, you're going to be Facebook friends with the parents. And I said, Facebook? I don't do Facebook. And boy, I never saw a group of young educators get so excited as when you and the rest of the team got to set up my Facebook page. Now, and Facebook wasn't the only thing that you taught me. Tina, you mentioned leadership, and that's one of the things that's really unique. All of the teachers, all of the educators and staff are expected to be leaders, but we expect our kids to be leaders as well. We expect them to not just turn to the adults, to expect the adults to solve all their problems, give them all the answers. Tina, can you talk for a second about why that's important, to put things back in the hands of the kids and have them figure out either what the answer is or how to proceed with their project in school or how to solve the social problems that they have? Why is that important? Because that was one of the biggest things that you and Christine and Tim, our teammates, taught me when I got to SCVi. You kept telling me, Matt, step back, let them do it. They can do it. And I was so used to being the adult, the teacher, the one that knows, the one that solves, the one that fixes. But at SCVi and iLead, we take a different approach. We expect the kids to handle a lot of that stuff. So can you talk for just a second about why that's so important?
Yeah, I think, you said we expect our teachers to be leaders and we expect our learners to be leaders. And it's almost there's that expectation. Yes, we expect it, but it's already there. It's already there. We are leaders. Those kids do have that ability and they do have those leadership qualities. So it's more than an expectation. It's not quite we expect it. It's more of it's already there. Let's just help you bring it out. So it's showing them that they have that inside them, the adults and the kids. So many times, and I think that probably starts from childhood, where you're waiting to be told. You're waiting to be told, you're a leader, you're in charge, here you go, or this is how you do it, go, or, this is the direction that we want you to go in, go this way. So we get this sense of waiting to be told or waiting to have that title or that permission. So I think it's important to allow, especially our children, to be in tune with their abilities and give them that permission to open that up and see what they're capable of and help them and guide them to getting their answers, because it's there. They're just waiting for the direction when they don't need to. They don't need to. It's all inside them. And I think that when we can show them that at a young age, that can transfer into adulthood too. And they don't need to be told they're a leader. They already know that that's inside of them, and that'll just come out naturally because that's how they've been, that's how they've been learning at iLead and SCVi. They've had those opportunities to let that part of them shine. So I think it's super important to help guide them there so that it just becomes second nature for them.
How beautifully put, Tina. You're absolutely right. There's that old TED Talk with Sir Ken Robinson that you and I have seen probably hundreds of times now, where he talks about how we teach creativity out of our kids, right? That kindergartners, something like 94% of them test gifted for creativity, but by the time those same kids are seniors in high school, it's down to like 12% of them that test gifted for creativity. We teach them not to be creative. We don't do it on purpose, but by teaching them that we have the answers, we know the way, not them, they learn that. It's the same thing with leadership. I used to tell my friends and my family, kind of tongue-in-cheek, the kids at SCVi, it's weird. They don't realize that because they're younger and shorter than the adults, that they're less important. These kids seem to think that they can contribute and change the world now. And again, I say it tongue-in-cheek, they really do. When you ask a third grader to get up and lead a tour with the mayor through the school, yeah, absolutely, and off they go. And so you're right, it's just leaving that door open and allowing for it. Beautifully put.
Yeah.
Now, 4 years ago, you joined the leadership team at SCVi as a leadership resident. And like everything, I mentioned we call our teachers facilitators. We call our students learners. We call everything by a different name, but we do it intentionally. You worked for a few years as a leadership resident. Can you tell our listeners what a leadership resident at our schools is?
Yeah, so a leadership resident is very similar to your typical assistant principal at a traditional school, but it allows educators and our facilitators to experience the opportunity to work in administration and learn from leaders and just take on different administrative abilities, and then possibly have an opportunity to transition into another leadership role, or have some experience in different areas that they can help in the school. So it just kind of gives that opportunity to take on more of a leadership role of whatever that might look like for that individual person.
And that's exactly what you did, right? You've now stepped into a new leadership role. And in fact, you've been given the opportunity to help create this new homeschool program that we have, and it's really innovative. You've moved into the role as lead educational facilitator at iLead Antelope Valley. Can you tell us a little bit about that? First, tell us about the program. What is this this homeschool program that you're running at iLead Antelope Valley?
Yeah, so it's a new homeschool program where the families receive support from credentialed teachers, and their learners really have a flexible schedule where they can join Zoom sessions each day to get some live interaction with their peers, some interaction with their facilitators. We're going to be offering on-site workshops for the learners to attend if they want to. So they have these opportunities to connect with, like I said, their peers or their facilitators with also that flexibility of being at home and working at home and learning at home. And if they can't attend workshops or can't get on Zooms, then that's fine. They're still completing their work at home. We do also incorporate project-based learning into their homeschool curriculum. So not only are they doing their, your typical home study curriculum at home, but then the facilitators are building in that project-based learning piece where they can, learn some real-world application skills, problem solving, pull in those social emotional elements. They do have weekly check-ins with their facilitators and learning period meetings, and the facilitators really work alongside the families to help support them in navigating their child through home study. A lot of these families in our new program are new to homeschool, so they're kind of trying to figure things out too, so we're really helping them through that process and creating that flexibility for them so their child can learn at the pace and the way that they want to learn.
Yeah, I think everything that we've been through over the last couple of years has really given birth to this program where there are a lot of families that, if the thought of homeschool ever crossed their mind, they quickly dismissed it. No, I could never do that with my kid. But with this program, you don't have to be out there on that island alone homeschooling. Like you said, you've got opportunities to Zoom in on a regular basis. You can come onto campus and interact. And then you guys are building projects, which, as we know, project-based learning builds a lot of the public speaking, a lot of the critical thinking, piecing things together and really getting absorbed in your education. So you're providing a really unique experience. Now let's kind of flip the tables a little bit and talk about your experience as an educational facilitator. We call them EFs. So as an EF, what's your role? How do you get involved? Is it just checking in and making sure that the kids are doing their work, or do you step in and take a more hands-on approach with the families? What's your role as the EF, Tina?
So yeah, it's all of the above. So I do, like I said, provide those opportunities for the learners to come on Zoom and interact. So I, develop that culture within the kids in the class. We play games. We talk about different issues. I allow them to share different things that are going on in their lives. So building, again, that interaction and that social emotional piece where they can connect with their peers. I'll do mini lessons on different subjects so that they can get some direct instruction for different concepts. And then even though they have their curriculum and they're working at home, I have office hours and regular meetings with the families. So if there's something that they're struggling with, if they need a little bit of intervention, if they need a little bit more of extensions, I can provide those opportunities, talk to the families about how to do that. I am reviewing their work so I can make sure that they're on the right track and they're progressing the way we want them to progress. I still assess them so I can help guide the family into what's the best next step in learning different concepts and how to learn those concepts. And I'm just a resource also, for families. Like I said, they're new to this. They're trying to figure out how to do it. So not only am I there for the learners, but I'm also a resource to the families to help them with, how to navigate this home study life.
Yeah, you talk about the learners and the family's perspective. We've talked about the program. We've talked about what it looks like from your perspective, but I do want to talk about what it looks like from the students and families' perspective. I know some of our listeners out there are thinking, but they have some questions, so I want to delve into those, but we do have to take a quick break. Before we do take that break, Tina, I know how much you love dad jokes, and I was going to tell you another one about construction, but I'm still working on it. Can you hold on a little bit longer? Should
yes,
be maybe another 6 weeks. We're talking to lead educational facilitator with the homeschool program at iLead AV, Tina Toval. When we get back, we're going to talk about whether or not this program could be a fit for you and your kids. I'm Matt Watson, and you're listening to SCVi and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.
Accidents happen, but rest assured Patterson's Collision Center is here to help. Patterson's is a family-owned and operated collision repair facility providing the Santa Clarita Valley with premium collision repairs. Patterson's prides itself on being the only California-certified green repair shop in all of Santa Clarita. They are insurance claim specialists and even offer payment plans for your deductible. For personalized, friendly service, visit pattersonscollisioncenter.com or call 294-1011 and let Patterson's Collision Center help ease your worries today.
Moms, dads, this is Cardin Ellis, owner of Unipest. If your house has ants, spiders, or gophers, or you want a free orange oil termite inspection, you have to call Unipest Termite and Pest Control, Santa Clarita's only factory-certified orange oil pest control company. We specialize in organic, low-impact, and traditional pest control options that are all kid-friendly, pet-friendly, and affordable with no contracts, and we're SCV owned and operated. Call us at 661-BUG-7575 or visit unipest.com.
A Royal Suite Home Furnishings has been family-owned and operated in Santa Clarita since 1978. They keep America working by stocking heritage-quality furniture made right here in the USA. With high-end design and thousands of fabrics to choose from, A Royal Suite offers a wide selection of furniture at incredibly low prices. Pay 0% interest with your approved credit for 12, 24, 36, or 48 months. See store for details. Visit A Royal Suite's massive showroom on Carl Boyer Drive near Sam's Club in Santa Clarita.
A Royal Suite.
Sweet dreams.
Your hometown station.
KHTS is the only station I listen to.
98.1 FM and AM 1220.
Welcome back. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi and iLead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson, and we're talking this morning with Tina Toval, lead educational facilitator with the Homeschool Program at iLead AV. And at Tina's request, we're telling some dad jokes this morning. But Tina, I'm allowed to tell dad jokes, but you are not. You cannot tell dad jokes. You're a mom, and nobody likes a faux pas.
Oh my gosh.
Tina, before the break, you were telling us about this new homeschool program that you're piloting at iLead AV, and I want to get into what it looks like for your learners. But before we do that, I want to clear something up. Most of our listeners, as you know, are here in Santa Clarita, Agua Dulce, the surrounding area, and your campus is up in Lancaster. So is your enrollment limited to just students from the Lancaster area?
No, we have students from all over. That's the nice thing, about homeschool is, you're doing school from home, and then you have those opportunities to Zoom and then attend the on-site workshops if you choose. So if you don't mind and you'd like to, and your learner's excited to come to campus and participate in some of our workshops, then you can absolutely do that. It's not required. So if you want to continue learning at home and staying at home, that's also fine too. So we do have learners from all over, and whatever works for each family, we make it work.
And because we're a charter school, we're not limited by district boundaries. Anybody in LA County is invited, or even adjacent counties can get involved. So, for example, if I live in Santa Clarita, because I do I ever, if I enroll my kid, do I ever have to drive up to Lancaster, or can I do it all from home and remotely?
Right now, you can do it all home remotely.
Fantastic. That is cool. So then tell me what it looks like from a student and family perspective. What would the typical day or week look like? I enroll my learner, and what are they doing? What are they working on?
So when you enroll your learner, the nice thing about our program is that we provide you with a school computer. So you have that to access, Zoom classes and use that for your education as you need. And then you also get a full curriculum that you get to take home with everything that you need for the whole school year. So it has everything for language arts, everything for math, everything for history and science. And it's a very parent-friendly guide on what your learner should be working on each day. It gives you a week at a glance. It gives you the lessons and how to teach them. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the learners can hop on Zoom every morning and participate in different lessons, different fun activities, and different things that we do to help them interact with their peers. All the EFs, educational facilitators, have office hours where the parents and the learner, or one or the other, can come on and get support as needed, ask questions, just kind of check in. And then we do have weekly check-ins with the learners. So, in my case, most of us do that on Fridays, where we check in with the learners and see how they're doing, make sure they're completing their assignments, they're not struggling, they're doing okay. And then we have longer, detailed one-on-one meetings with the learner, the facilitator, and the parent to kind of go through the body of work and see what they've been doing and working on, and talk about the next set of work they'll be completing. And then we are incorporating projects as well. So the educational facilitators are developing projects that can go across the different subject areas to help the learners dive deeper into different concepts. So they also get that additional project-based learning piece as well from the educational facilitator.
Wow, so it sounds like you guys are really hands-on, because I know you said you've got a lot of families that are new to the homeschooling experience, and they may not, and I'm guessing most of them aren't teachers themselves. So you provide them with the full curriculum. You're checking in with them on a regular basis. Their kids have, you said, daily opportunities to zoom in. Not required, but they can zoom in every single day. And then you've also got times where, if a parent's freaking out or totally fumbles the ball, because it happens to all of us. You and I have been in education a long time, and we certainly fumble and stub our toe and do all kinds of stuff that's not good in the classroom. And so it's going to happen. They've got all kinds of support there. That is tremendous.
That's right.
Now, what if I'm listening and, I've been doing homeschool with my kids for 5-10 years and I'm a pro at this. Do I have the opportunity to take a little bit more autonomy and kind of continue to do my own homeschool thing in your program?
No, absolutely. We have a few families who have been in the homeschool world for a little while, and they're just off and running, and that's great. We definitely encourage that, and we're still here to support and provide different opportunities, especially with that project-based learning piece. I think that's kind of a new element that some of our experienced homeschool families haven't experienced. So I think they'll see how exciting that is, especially for their learners who get really deep into their project and what they're going to be developing. So whether you're brand new, have no idea what homeschool even is, to I've been doing it my whole life, we're for everyone. I really believe that.
Oh, fantastic. So don't kill me here, because I know you're still building it. We've talked a little bit about project-based learning, and I know what it looks like in the classroom. You guys are just getting it off the ground, but what does that look like at iLead AV? What's that project experience look like? Is that something where you're giving the parents a project and they're running it? Is it something that if I want to be involved in the project, I have to go to campus? What are just some of the basics there?
We're still kind of developing exactly what it'll look like. But we don't want to put more on the parents. They're already kind of going through the curriculum. If anything, we'll just need the support from the parents to make sure their learners are reaching those benchmarks and those different assignments that we're going to be providing that go with the project. But the facilitators are really taking on that project role and giving the learners the resources and the direction for how to take their project, help them learn what comes with making a project, how to research, how to develop a driving question, how to take that driving question and turn it into something that you can showcase. So the facilitators are going to be the ones really taking that on and helping walk the learners through that. The nice thing that we're all noticing is even though the Zoom sessions are optional, all of our learners are coming, and they really love being there. They love seeing their teacher. They love interacting with their peers, and they're not sitting in front of the computer with us all day. It's first thing in the morning. We do a little morning meeting and just kind of to get our day going. So they enjoy coming. So we're going to start throwing in those project-based learning pieces during that time and allow them to just kind of take that and run with it throughout the rest of their day as they're working on their current curriculum.
Tina, this program is fantastic. You guys are really pulling in what I think is the best from all worlds. You're giving families the opportunity to explore the idea of homeschool, build the type of homeschool program that they want, but you guys are leaning in with a tremendous amount of support, all of which is optional, right? You've got the daily Zoom sessions, if that's what you're looking for. You've got regular office hours and check-ins every week for the parents, for the learners, if that's what you're looking for. You guys have got projects. You've got a full curriculum that you can hand over or not. It's families are able to build this program but still have this amazing foundation of support underneath them. It's a beautiful program. So Tina, if families are listening and thinking, like I said, I've thought about homeschool, but I never really thought it was my thing, but maybe this might work. Let me try it out. How can families enroll? How can families get in touch with you guys?
So they can just visit our website, which is www.ileadav.org. And right at the top, there's a button that says Enroll Now. So they just click that. The only thing to be aware of is that iLeadAV, there's two programs. There's Hybrid and there's Exploration. So Exploration is the program we've been talking about, the home study program. So they just want to make sure they click on Exploration, and they choose that option when they click on the Enroll Now button.
Okay, so 3 steps: ileadav.org, Enroll Now, Exploration. So Exploration is the program that you're running. What a beautiful program, and what an exciting opportunity for you and your team to get to build this. So, Tina, I know that you've actually got a group that you're going to be working with this morning, and so you do have to go. But I've got just one more question for you. Do you know what a baby computer calls his father?
Oh, hold on. I feel like I might get this one. A baby computer call his father. I don't.
Data. I mean, data. It is data. Shoot. Okay. Tina, well, thanks for calling in. And as always,
oh my God.
Thank you for putting up with me.
Oh my God.
Boo. That was a little bit of an inside one, Patty. That's
I loved it.
That's an SCVi staff inside one there. See? I did. So Tina, again, thanks for calling in. I always love the opportunity to play with you and super excited about what you guys are doing up there. You take care. Have a good weekend.
Thanks so much. You too.
Big T's coming in next. Stick around and play with us, won't you? This is SCVi and iLead School's Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson. We will be right back on your hometown station, KHTS.
We bring on the fun at the Harvest Festival Original Art and Craft Show with a colossal collection of handmade art and crafts just for you. 3 days to shop over 24,000 original works. Enjoy live entertainment, specialty foods, prizes, and a kid zone. The biggest and the best for over 40 years, the Harvest Festival. October 1st through the 3rd at the Ventura County Fairgrounds.
Excellence isn't just a word, it is what we deliver. Vanguard Protection Group is committed to providing its clients with the highest echelon of protective services available. Our clients not only receive the security services they contract for, but also reports that are well-written, articulate, and thorough. Our patrol officers operate at the highest levels and have an impressive rapport with local law enforcement. With military, police, private policing, and courtroom experience, you can trust that we have the strength to deliver our promise of excellence. Contact Vanguard Protection by calling 661-753-3611 or visiting their website at vanguardprotectiongroup.com.
There are times when nothing else will do because you know exactly what you want. You want the Alamo, the taste of true Mexican cooking at its best. At Alamo, you're treated to a taste that is truly Mexican with an atmosphere to match. Enjoy a Cadillac margarita, try a mucho burrito, or sizzling fajitas. Voted the best Mexican food in the SCV and a favorite of former supervisor Mike Antonovich. Alamo Rotisserie in Granary Square, serving Santa Clarita for over 30 years.
Once heart attack symptoms begin, delaying treatment increases the risk of heart damage, disability, and even death. Time is critical. Leading the Valley with the most advanced digital technology and treatment times that beat national best practice goals, Providence offers emergency coronary angioplasty and stenting performed by highly trained board-certified cardiologists. For more information, call 1-888-HEALING. The road to healing leads to Providence.
It's time to enhance your natural beauty and well-being at Hestia Medical Spa. Hestia Medical Spa offers laser treatments for skin resurfacing, hair removal, and tattoo removal. Hestia Medical Spa uses high-quality laser machines, including Soprano Ice, which is painless and can be used for all skin types. Laser treatments have been on the rise in today's beauty industry. Experience rejuvenation at Hestia Medical Spa, located on Valencia Boulevard next to City Hall. Call 753-3434 or online at hestiamedicalspa.com.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
And now we are back. That's right. You are listening to KHTS, your hometown station, 98.1 FM and 1220 AM. This is SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley. I am your host, Matt Watson. And if you're joining us on Facebook Live, you see that I've got a couple of special guests here in the studio to play with us. We've got engineer Andrew here. And
not engineer.
We've also got a very special guest joining us. Taylor Williams Moniz is a lawyer and partner at Donahoe Young and Williams. In fact, Taylor, I think you were selected to Super Lawyers Rising Stars in 2021.
I was recently this year. Yeah,
Yes.
thanks.
She's an active community volunteer and recently celebrated her first wedding anniversary.
I did, thank you.
Congratulations. And just 8 weeks ago, yes, ladies, look
Yeah.
and hate,
Yeah.
8 weeks ago, she and her hunky pilot husband welcomed their beautiful baby boy, Cameron Douglas. She is Phil Nordella's co-host on the show that follows us, Real Estate. It's that simple. And after Phil's performance a couple of weeks ago on this section of the show, Taylor said that she just had to come in and defend the honor of the show. Taylor, how you doing this morning?
I'm well. That was an amazing intro. And just for the record, I am not good at trivia. But I'm here and I'm excited about it, and we'll see how it goes.
Disclaimer.
You'll do better than Phil.
I'll do better than Phil. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. He's out there watching my 8-week-old baby, so hopefully, everything goes well out there. But I'm excited. I listen to the show every week, and I always in the car. I'm like, chime in.
Right.
So we'll see.
But you know what? You're right. It is a lot easier in the car than it is here in the studio.
I know. You guys are fast too, so that's the problem.
Engineer Andrew is amazing. So
you guys are all good.
Engineer Andrew, welcome in.
He always wins.
Big T, we're gonna forego the lengthy introduction and just say how you doing. I know you've been traveling a lot this week. Are you up to handle a group like this?
I'm good. I'm ready to go. I was in Seattle most of the week.
Alrighty. Now, before we get started, I do have to. There was a bit of a protest from last week's game, Tony. It's not a protest on any of the questions, not even a protest on the official results. The protest was Patty protested that we didn't read the final score at the end of the show because he finally got me. Thanks in large part to a lot of questions about Rapunzel and Spider-Man, but Patty beat me last week. So
wow.
He did. He got me.
It's your boy.
All right.
Patty was wearing his lucky Spider-Man underwear that day.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That must be it.
So Taylor, you know the rules, right? You've got your buzzer.
Yeah.
Your buzzer is your name. So when you know the answer, you're going to shout Taylor.
Yep.
Okay. And Patty's not playing today. He's keeping score, but I'm still Frogger for whatever reason. Can't really figure that out.
Give the champion a rest.
Okay, so if you're going to ask why, you're going to ask off the air. So that's perfect.
I'm in. That's
All right.
I just see Andrew next to me. Like Andrew's like, I've got this. He's
I'm ready
he's
to go.
Flexing. He's ready.
Oh yeah, Andrew was out in the hallway limbering up before the show, Tony. So
Stretch, I'm ready to go.
He's ready. Anybody could take this one.
Okay.
All right, brother man, let's do this.
Hey, we're going to kick it off with a little bit of a fun fact. We've got a Beatles concert here in town, tribute concert this weekend. So, you know, Matt, the legendary punk rock band, the Ramones?
Yes.
Joey and Johnny and Tommy.
Love the Ramones.
You know, they actually weren't biologically related. All of the band members adopted pseudonyms ending with the surname Ramone, but none of them are biologically related. They were actually inspired by Paul McCartney of the Beatles. Mm-hmm. Sir Paul used the name Paul Ramone when he used to check into hotels.
Oh, really?
Very cool.
Interesting. Paul Ramone.
Friday
All
fun
right.
fact.
None of us knew that.
Cool.
True.
And the Ramones wanted to, but for most of his career, Paul McCartney was actually sedated.
Oh, but it's good.
Did you hear Patty? Patty said true.
I didn't say that.
Oh, no.
All right, here we go.
You're keeping score, right, brother?
Yes.
All right. Yes. Sorry, T. Go ahead.
What was the first state to enter the Union in the 20th century?
Frogger. Ooh.
Frogger.
20th century. I'm going Alaska.
Incorrect.
Let's go Andrew, Colorado.
Incorrect. A little bit farther south of Colorado.
Like, what else?
There's 48 to choose from now.
What else is south? I don't know.
Right. Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Oh.
There it is.
I would not.
Yeah. Latin for always faithful. Semper Fidelis is the motto
Frogger.
of what branch of the Frogger?
U.S. Marine Corps.
That is the Marine Corps. Hoorah.
Semper Fi.
The Hatfields and the McCoys were rival clans of what 1,500-mile mountain range?
Frogger.
Frogger.
The Appalachians.
That is correct.
It's too fast. That's the problem. Like Hatfields, McCoys. I know this.
I know how I feel.
Jeez. All right, Bill.
On April 18th, 1906, a huge earthquake followed by a devastating fire broke out in what U.S. city?
Frogger.
Oh, come on.
Frogger.
That'd be San Francisco.
That is correct.
It's just too fast.
It's too fast. It's all right. It's all right.
The largest wooden airplane, the Spruce Goose, was built by who?
Frogger.
Frogger.
Howard Hughes.
That is correct.
The crazy guy.
It's just he's running away
Allegedly.
with it. I should just take the ears off at this point. I'm looking out there at my husband who's a pilot. He's trying to tell me the answer.
Would you like to phone a friend?
I know.
Who's the oldest person ever elected president of the United States?
Andrew. Was it Biden?
Andrew. Joe Biden is correct.
Yeah. See, I just need to get it.
And he's
All
showing
right,
it.
we got Papa's sports question of the week. Okay.
All right.
The Yankees have won more World Series titles, 27, than any other team.
True.
Who's second?
Taylor. I'm just gonna say the Dodgers because why not?
That's a good guess. They're tied for third.
Frogger.
Frogger.
Is it the Cardinals?
St. Louis Cardinals with 11 is correct. All right. True or false? The first tea bags were made of silk. Andrew.
Nope. I told myself not to interrupt you. I didn't want to be the person that usually does that.
But he's behind 6-0.
I'm gonna go true.
That is correct.
Hey.
Dang, I was ready to chime in.
Why did he stare me down?
At least you're on the board, right?
I'm on the board.
Oh no.
The first tea bags were made of silk. That is true.
All right.
I knew that.
True or false? Humans can lick their elbow.
Andrew.
Taylor.
Andrew.
False.
That is correct. False is correct. Patty, stop it.
I know, right now.
Stop what? What am I doing?
Phil can do it.
I don't know. Phil's doing it right now.
Yeah, exactly.
He's over there licking some chocolate ice cream off his
I'm
elbows.
counting my hands.
Fair.
Who was prime minister for most of World War II?
Andrew. Churchill.
Andrew. Churchill's correct.
Yeah. I'm just.
All right.
McCarran Airport serves what
Frogger.
U.S. vacation city?
Frogger. Las Vegas.
Frogger. Las Vegas is correct.
I've had many a breakfast in McCarran Airport.
Look at him.
I mean,
Standing up now. He's like, Taylor.
He's pacing now.
I know. Come on.
Richard Montanez was a janitor at Frito-Lay when he invented what extra spicy cheese
Andrew.
snack? Andrew.
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
Flaming Hot Cheetos is correct.
What was that name again, Big T?
Richard Montanez.
Okay, there we go. All right. I would have had it.
What?
That's what threw you off.
You're just too fast. Yeah.
What hip-hop artist holds the record for most Billboard Top 100 singles of all time?
Oh, gosh.
Frogger.
Frogger.
50 Cent.
Incorrect.
Andrew, Jay-Z?
That's just...
Incorrect. He's Canadian.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, Okay.
Come on, Taylor.
Come on, CLB,
I can't
Certified
reach-
Lover Boy.
I can't reach your lips. I have no idea.
It was Drake.
I'm like, Drake.
Drake? But
It's
he's
Drake.
Canadian.
It's Drake.
It is Drake.
Okay.
All right.
Patty's got his mask on and he's trying to,
I know.
trying
I
to
can't
mouth
read
the
his mouth.
answers
I'm like,
to
I
Taylor.
don't know. This is dismal.
What country comes last alphabetically in the United Nations right after Zambia?
Frogger.
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe is correct.
Nice.
What is the only Ivy League school in New Hampshire?
Frogger. Dartmouth.
Dartmouth is correct.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I was just kidding.
President Obama had the White House tennis court adapted so it could be used for
Andrew.
tennis and what other sport?
Oh.
Andrew.
Basketball.
Basketball's correct. Hey,
Shoot me a big jet.
on President. Little bit of a fun fact on President Obama and basketball. Did you know that President Obama's brother-in-law is the head basketball coach at Oregon State University?
Yep. I don't know if he's still there, but he was for a while. During his presidency,
I think he's still there.
Yeah.
I think he's
That's
still there.
cool.
Yeah.
Go
What
Beavs.
famous Dutch painter cut off his lower left ear?
Andrew.
Andrew.
Van Gogh.
Correct. Captain Sully Sullenberger
Andrew.
emergency landed. Andrew.
The Hudson.
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh.
It's just too fast. Like, I don't like. I know the answers to this, but you guys.
It
are
is now
just
8-7.
too
Matt
fast.
Watson at 8. Andrew Delgado at 7, by the way.
Andrew. God.
Taylor, it's easier if you keep your hand on your buzzer.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
What planet shares its name with the Roman god of the sea?
Frogger. Neptune.
Neptune is correct.
9.
Where are there more French restaurants, New York City or Paris?
Frogger.
Frogger.
You got to go New York City, right?
New York City's correct.
10.
True or false? The collective name for a group of unicorns is a blessing.
No, you said it. I didn't.
Okay.
That was. I didn't say. No.
I'm going to go true.
We're gonna be fair here.
That is true.
Oh, wow.
A blessing.
That is good. A blessing.
Who saw a group of unicorns and named them a blessing?
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. A little girl.
A little girl.
That little girl right over there.
Right? It's so fluffy, I'm going to die.
What was the first animal to orbit the Earth?
Andrew.
Taylor.
Andrew, then Taylor.
Chimpanzee.
Incorrect. Taylor?
The monkey. I thought it was a chimpanzee.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
Frogger, it was a dog.
I thought it was a chimpanzee.
It was a doggy.
That was one of the
with
two.
A dog named Laika.
Got right.
Of course, you know the name of the dog.
I thought it was like I thought it was like the cow jumped over the moon or something.
No.
I thought it was like that little story.
Patty, you didn't check that book out from the science section.
No.
All right, you need to be specific on this one. What were Alexander Graham Bell's first words on the telephone?
All right, Frogger.
Frogger?
Watson, come here. I want you.
We'll give you that. Watson, come here. I want to see you. I just didn't want you to go, Watson, can you hear me?
12.
Should have been who dis.
That's what I was going to say. Can you hear me?
Right, exactly. New invention, who dis?
New phone, who dis?
Who dis be?
That would love it.
That is good.
Those were actually the words. Those were actually the words of mine and Frogger's mother.
Oh.
What is the name of Alaska's annual dog sled race?
Andrew. Is it that Iditarod?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is. Correct.
8.
What country's flag has an eagle with a snake in its beak?
Frogger.
Ooh. Frogger.
Mexico.
Mexico is correct.
12.
What art gets its name for the Japanese word for paper and folding?
Taylor.
Ooh.
Origami.
I got Taylor first. Good. Origami.
We got one.
We're on the board.
Andrew, let me have it. Thanks. Oh. 3 hours of sleep, people. I'm telling you. Have a newborn and try to play trivia. It's real hard.
There we go.
The coldest temperature recorded on Earth was recorded on what continent?
Andrew. Antarctica.
Antarctica's correct.
9.
When completed in 1943, what Virginia office building became the world's largest?
Frogger.
The
Pentagon?
That is correct.
All right.
13.
Home to the Parthenon, what city is often
Andrew.
called the world's first democracy? Andrew.
Is it Athens?
It is Athens, correct.
Hey, good job. Yep.
That's number 10.
Yep.
All right, Frogger, got one more. Plymouth Rock is located in what U.S. state?
Frogger. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is correct.
You did that to me on purpose, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
All right, 80.
That's rough.
I got one last true false. So true or false? The word salary comes from the Latin word for salt.
Andrew.
False.
Andrew, do you speak
Incorrect. Anybody else?
Sal.
I didn't hear the question.
Taylor Sal.
Oh,
I
Taylor.
wasn't paying
True.
attention to the question.
Taylor.
2 on the board.
Big T said true or false, and Andrew just started saying, "Don't interrupt, don't interrupt, don't
Yep,
interrupt."
that's all I said.
And then meanwhile, I'm like, Taylor, just say your name.
I didn't know I could since the answer was obvious, but I'll
can.
take it. I will take it.
Well, hey,
I will take it. Thank you.
there we go. When the opponent drops the ball, you pick it up, Taylor.
Amen.
That's
Good
the
learning
way we
lesson.
play it here on Eye on the Valley. All right, Patty, what's that final score?
The final score was, if you count that last one with Tony for Plymouth, which it would, that's 14 to 10 to 2.
Alrighty. And working on 3 hours sleep, that's a pretty respectable showing. Taylor, we appreciate
Oh,
you
you guys
joining
are
us
sweet.
today.
Thanks for entertaining me. Golly.
Andrew, we always appreciate you coming in.
Good, sir.
I also
good.
want to thank Monica Gilchrist from Gilchrist Farm for coming in this morning. Check out Gilchrist Farm. They got some great things going on the weekend, and starting October 1st, some amazing Harvest Festival activities, fun for the whole family. You can get it on the cheap, or you can upgrade your experience. Jesse Munoz from COC. Tony, did you hear Jesse talking about COC Sports? They're doing some great things out there. Tina Toval from I Lead Agua Dulce. Super Lawyer, Taylor Williams Moniz. Big T, producer Sarah, engineer Andrew, engineer Patty, and thank you all for listening. Join us again next week and every Friday, 8 to 10 a.m. I am Matt Watson, and this is SCVi and I Lead Schools Eye on the Valley on your hometown station, KHTS.